So the courts have stepped in again to at least provide some temporary protections for just another heinous act that we are trying to do, and that is deporting people from Afghanistan and revoking their protected status. So let's read about that. From AP, with temporary protections for some Afghans set to expire, appeals court steps in. An appeals court late Monday stepped in to keep place protections for nearly 12,000 Afghans that have allowed them to work in the U.S. and be protected from deportation after they were set to expire as a part of Trump administration's efforts to make more people eligible for removal from the country. So again, to the crowd who says, legally, like if you're like, it's just illegal people, it's just undocumented people. No, it's not. And even if it was, I don't fucking care unless they're actual criminals, okay? Let's be clear about that. But again, for the millionth time, they are not just going after people who are undocumented. They are actively, by their own admission, denaturalizing people now and revoking legal statuses that people have, whether that be TPS, asylum, or even permanent green card holders, okay? That is where we are at. We are not going after violent criminals. In fact, it's been admitted that we are no longer going after violent criminals and human traffickers as much now because that takes more time and resources. And if they're doing that, then they can't meet their quota of 3,000 deportations a day. So they are going just for anyone they can grab with their roving patrols around the country. The Department of Homeland Security in May said it was ending temporary protected status for 11,700 people from Afghanistan in 60 days. That status has allowed them to work and meant the government couldn't deport them. CASA, a non-profit immigration advocacy group, sued the administration over the TPS revocation for Afghans as well as people from Cameroon. These expire August 4th. A federal judge last Friday allowed the lawsuit to go forward, but didn't grant CASA's request to keep the protections in place while the lawsuit plays out. CASA appealed the case on Monday and won a stay keeping in place the temporary status for Afghans that was set to expire Monday. The appeals court gave no reason for its decision, but indicated it would be deciding what to do swiftly. The stay is in place for 1 week, and the court has asked both sides to file briefs this week. The Department of Homeland Security did not immediately respond to an emailed request for comment. The number of Afghans protected by TPS is a relatively small group compared to the overall number of Afghans, about 180,000, who have fled Afghanistan, and come to the U.S. since the Taliban retook control of the country in 2021. It's also not clear how many of those 11,700 covered by TPS have applied for or received other forms of protection like asylum, but the removal of the protected status for Afghans has struck a chord with many advocates and volunteers because of the suggestion that it is safe for Afghans, including many who helped the U.S. during its 2-decade-long war there, to go home. A lot of these people were people who helped us when we were overseas there for, 20 years. And if they go back there, make no mistake, they will be executed. They will be executed because they helped us. And you know who's in control? The Taliban. Okay? Jesus Christ. This is so inhumane. And I can't get my point across, every day. I feel like I cover something that just gets my point across that they are not going after violent, undocumented aliens. They aren't even going after illegal aliens, okay? They are just going after anyone and everyone, okay? If you have legal status, they'll find a way to revoke it. If you're not white, get the fuck out is the memo here, okay? Because this is all directly contradicted by opening up TPS protections for white South Africans. How am I not supposed to make these connections? Okay, how? Since so many of those losing their protection served alongside U.S. forces, we should honor that service by upholding our promise to provide safety and ensure that they have an opportunity to thrive here. We urge Congress to protect Afghans by providing them permanent status, a commitment that is long overdue, said Jenny Murray, president and CEO of the National Immigration Forum. At the time that Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem ended the temporary protected status for Afghans, the department wrote in the decision that the situation in their home country was getting better. Yeah, the conditions in Afghanistan, the Taliban-controlled Afghanistan, are getting better, especially for the people who actively helped the U.S. fight against forces like the Taliban. Yeah, those people are going to be welcomed with open arms. In fact, yeah, anyone who fled to the United States, whether they were directly involved with the U.S. operation there or not, yeah, they are going to be welcomed with open arms. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, what are we doing? This is so inhumane, and like people support it. I mean, you know, they are here legally. They are here legally. Temporary protected status can be granted by the Homeland Security Secretary to people of various nationalities who are in the United States. They can't be deported and can work legally, but they don't have a pathway to citizenship. The status here is inherently precarious because it is up to the Homeland Security Secretary to renew the protections regularly, usually every 18 months. The first Trump administration tried to remove many of these temporary protected statuses, but was largely foiled by the courts. This time around, the Trump administration has moved even more aggressively to remove the protections, thus making more people eligible for removal from the country. The administration has pushed to remove temporary protected status from people coming from 7 countries, with Venezuela and Haiti making it up the biggest chunk of the hundreds of thousands of people losing their protections. Haiti. Christine Noem, deadass, said, yeah, we're removing these temporary protected statuses for Haitians because the situation in Haiti is getting better. Like that's just what they say for Venezuela and all these places that are obviously not getting better, especially Haiti. At the same time, opening up TPS status for white South Afrikaners. And God, when I was first covering it, I got so much pushback. But for the love of God, go read Trump's executive order on it. It is clear as day. Clear as day. White South Afrikaners. South African Afrikaners. Critics say that successive administrations essentially rubber stamp these renewals regardless, and people covered by what's supposed to be temporary status end up staying in the United States for years. And I don't see anything wrong with that, because what are they doing wrong? What are they doing wrong? Now, of course, if they commit a crime, they should be tried and handled accordingly. But all these people, the hundreds of thousands of people that we are just willy-nilly revoking TPS status from, why? What have they done wrong? And what in their countries indicates to you that the conditions are getting better? I want to know that too. Like, it's insane. And why are these places less valid than South Africa for TPS status? It's as clear as day. It is as clear as day that, you know, this isn't about crime. This isn't about the economy. This is about your nationality and the color of your skin. All right? They literally want to create a white Christian nation. And I know that sounds hilarious, but look at their actions and look at the words of people very close to this administration and a lot of the supporters of this administration. Charlie Kirk is on the record saying that we shouldn't accept any immigrants from any third world country. Like, insane. Absolutely nuts. But that's where we're at. And yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section down below, and I will see you in the next one. If you made it to this point in the video, I just want to give a special thank you. If you enjoyed it, please hit that like button down below. And if you really enjoyed it, maybe consider hitting that subscribe button while you're down there. I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. I will try to reply to any and all comments that I can. Until next time, watch that video on screen.